Everybody doing it right. Hard work, work, work. That's what they say. Hard work, work, work. Earn more pay. Hard work, work. Hard work, do it every day. Hard work, work. Get up out of 2:45. Hard work, work. To go and earn more
Here. Mike, I want to talk about another issue that's close to your heart, close to mine, is this national work shortage. I mean, you got a foundation that values work, that talks about doing these jobs that people don't think is sexy, but are part of the American experience. Why do you think people don't feel like working anymore? And it seems to be the younger generation.
Look, I mean, there are a lot of big books out there written by PhDs and experts with lots of initials after their name. My favorite one is called Men Without Work by Nick Eberstadt, and he makes a really compelling argument to try and explain why 7.2 million able-bodied men in the prime working years of their life are not only not working, but affirmatively not looking for work. It's a giant topic, and it's a...
Good morning. Good early morning. I'm in my little studio down in the basement. And this is going to be episode 1 of a series of videos that I'm just going to call Hard Work Pays. It was fueled by all these discussions lately. When I go to town, it's about 14 miles, 15 miles away. It's a small town, you know, like less than 3,500 people. But it has a Walmart there, of all things, because of the, I guess, the traffic and the surrounding 100 miles. Anyway, everywhere I look, there's help wanted signs. And there's even businesses that closed because they just can't get people to work. This year, we were going to do a trip in our little used RV that we bought, Lucille. And we were going to go to Alaska. But the plan was included the ferry ride on the Alaska Maritime Highway ferry from Bellingham, Washington, up to Whittier, Alaska. None of the cruises showed, none of the sailings showed on the internet. So I finally called them, and I said, hey, I was going to book a trip to Alaska from Bellingham to Whittier, and I don't see any sailings on your site. And he said, no, we're not doing that anymore, or at least until we can get people to work. And I went, what do you mean, work? And he said, we can't get anybody to work on those cross Gulf or, you know, from the States, or from the, I can't even say mainland. Anyway, from Washington to Whittier. And I said, really? And he said, yeah, and get this. The work is a week on and a week off. They get a private cabin, all the meals, everything taken care of while they're on the sail. They can take their week off in Alaska or take it off down in Washington. So it's basically almost a part-time job. And full health care, 401ks, benefits, all the benefits you could ask for. And all of that, and the lowest paid, I don't know if it's a deckhand or what, but the lowest paid is $70,000 a year. $70,000, part-time job, full benefits, health care, all of it. Can't find anybody to work, so they don't do the sailing. Here in town, businesses have closed. Can't find people to work. There's signs everywhere. Now hiring. And it's like, you know, I was thinking, well, what is going on? The other day I saw UPS drivers finished their contract. And their contract, 5 years from now, the average UPS driver on just base salary will be $180,000 a year. It's just, I mean, good for them. I mean, hardworking people. And so the other day I was watching this video with Mike Rowe, and he said that there's an extreme shortage of the craft skills, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, cabinet makers, painters, all of it. And I thought, well, maybe they're all going to college and wanting to get a degree in humanities or something like that. Extremely unemployable degrees. Anyway, so I decided to do this video on hard work pays. It's to me, it's, what do they do? I mean, what do they do? Sit around all day, smoke crack, I don't know, play video games? What do they do? I mean, how do they live? How do they eat? How do they, any of this stuff? What do you mean, I don't want to work? You don't want to work unless you make $1 million a year? What is it? And this first one is just going to be, the most recent project is the garage we built with a living quarters on there that we had hoped to maybe rent someday with an Airbnb. So this is episode 1 of Hard Work Pays. Well, it's been a little over 1.5 years since Linda and I came out here and slid that piece of OSB across to look inside at the studs to find out if there was any snow that got in. Kept snow out. Yeah, so it paid off. That was then. This is now. Ladies first. Upstairs, see if he kept out all the snow. I tell you what, it was good. Huh? It's weird because as long as it's enclosed. That was then. This is now. Well, that's not bad then. Let's see. Where do you see it?
Well, all of the wood was like this.
That was then. This is now. That was then. This is now.
Like this, but it's got kind of a little dusty.
Oh, it's barely a
sheen.
dust, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a tiny little dusting.
That was then. This is now. That was then. This is now. Right. So, hard work pays, and I've been blessed enough to develop the skills to do the majority of this work myself. It's getting harder and harder every year that passes. The old bones are, pretty tuckered. So, but a workable canning kitchen for Linda or for a visitor. Yeah, it's nice. Thank you, Lord.
You have to be really careful on this floor too, even though there's a little bit of dirt.
It's real slickery. Well, I'll get some fuel in. It's an amazing place that you blessed us with. Let's turn off the lights. There's a few odds and ends. Little baseboard, a door here in the mechanical room, but it's functional now with bathroom and facilities. So that was then, this is now.